I bow to the Almighty in my mind, speech and body. Vanakkam, a quick recap. We are learning the basics of the Tamil language. The Ezhuthukkal are broadly classified into two types. The Mudal Ezhuthukkal or the foundation letters and the Sarba Ezhuthukkal or the dependent letters. The Mudal Ezhuthukkal are further divided into Uyir Ezhuthukkal and Mei Ezhuthukkal. We have learned all of the 12 Uyir Ezhuthukkal and the 18 Mei Ezhuthukkal. The Sarba Ezhuthukkal or the dependent letters are so called because they are dependent on the Mudal Ezhuthukkal. There are 10 different types of Sarba Ezhuthukkal and our focus is on two types, namely the Uyir Mei Ezhuthukkal and the Ayutha Ezhuthu. And so far we have learned all of the 216 Uyir Mei Ezhuthukkal, and today we will move to the next Sarba Ezhuthu, which is the Ayutha Ezhuthu. Now before we start the Ayutha Ezhuthu, I'd like to show you a comprehensive table of all the Ezhuthukkal in the Tamil language. This table is used widely in the teaching community to teach the Tamil Ezhuthukkal. I found this on the internet and I liked it because it has the English pronunciation as well. So once you have made yourself fairly thorough with the individual series of the Uyir Mei Ezhuthukkal, you can use this table to go over the entire set. Here we have the 12 Uyir Ezhuthukkal or the life letters on the top green row, and the 18 Mei Ezhuthukkal or the body letters in the first pink column. And these two make the 30 Mudal Ezhuthukkal or the foundation letters. All of these are the Sarba Ezhuthukkal, and this Ezhuthu on the top, the 3 dots, is the Ayutha Ezhuthu, which we will come to it in a bit. The 216 Uyir Mei Ezhuthukkal, which is derived from the combination of the Uyir and the Mei Ezhuthukkal, are given in the yellow boxes. Now we can either go column wise like this, ik plus a is ka, ing plus a is nga, and so on, or we can also go row wise, ik plus a is ka, ik plus a is ka, and so on. Now these are the 216 Uyir Mei Ezhuthukkal, and this here is the Ayutha Ezhuthu, which we will be learning today, and this brings the total number of Tamil Ezhuthukkal to 247. So just to recall, 12 plus 18 plus 216 and 1 makes 247 Ezhuthukkal. And we have all of that in this chart. Most textbooks in Tamil will list these 247 as a total number of Ezhuthukkal. With this basic knowledge, we should be able to read some simple words. So now we will move to the Ayutha Ezhuthu. This is the Ayutha Ezhuthu. It is also called as the Mutrayudham, and it is pronounced as Ak. We have seen the place of birth of the Mei Ezhuthukkal before, which was either in the back of the throat or the mid or the front portion of the mouth. Now for this Ezhuthu, Ak, we have to open our mouth and make the sound Ak. And while we make the sound Ak, we can feel the vibration in the top of our head, Ak. So it is said that this Ayutha Ezhuthu is born in the top of our head in the center. It is pronounced for half a matre, Ak. This Ezhuthu has 3 dots in the written form, and it is in the shape of a triangle. In those days, dots were written as small circles and not as a single point as we do today. This is because most of the writing was done on palm leaves, and the leaves naturally had dots on them. So to avoid confusion, the dots, even those on the Mei Ezhuthukkal, were always written as small circles or rings. So this tri-circular image is the Ayutha Ezhuthu, and it is pronounced as Ak. Now, this Ezhuthu cannot function alone. Just as how a bird has 2 wings, this Ezhuthu has a Kuril Ezhuthu on the one side and a Vallina Uyir Mei Ezhuthu on the other side. For example, A, Ak, Du. Akdu. It's pronounced as Akdu, and it means that. So the Ayutha Ezhuthu is always dependent on its 2 wings. It is always in the middle of the Kuril Ezhuthu and the Vallina Uyir Mei Ezhuthu. And because of this dependency, it is classified as a Sarba Ezhuthu. Why do we call this as the Ayutha Ezhuthu? Ayudal means to make something precise or to sharpen something. Here, the Ayutha Ezhuthu ak reduces the intensity of the Vallina Uyir Mei Ezhuthu next to it. It has a subtle sound even for itself, ak. We know that normally the Vallina Ezhuthukkal have a harsh sound. They are the ka, sa, da, ta, pa, ra. But when it comes next to the Ayutha Ezhuthu, it sounds a little less strong. Akhdu, akhdu. Ayudham also means a weapon, and some argue that this symbol, the 3 dots, resembles the pattern of nails found in the front portion of a shield carried by warriors. But we see that not all the shields have 3 nails. Some of them have 4, some 6. So it seems less likely that the name Ayutha Ezhuthu originated based on the pattern on the shield. And so this explanation is not widely accepted among Tamil scholars. So we can conclude that the Ayutha Ezhuthu is so called because it sharpens or fine-tunes the sound of the Vallina Uyir Mei Ezhuthu beside it. And it also has a subtle sound for itself. This Ezhuthu is also referred to by many names as Tani Nilai. Tani means separate. Because it is neither treated as a Uyir Ezhuthu or a Mei Ezhuthu, it has a separate treatment, and therefore it is called as Tani Nilai. It is also called as Muttrayudham. It is also called as Muppar Pulli. Pulli means dot. Muppar Pulli means with 3 dots. And this is the only Ezhuthu in Tamil that has 3 dots. Okay, next we'll move to the usage. Where is this Ezhuthu used? It is mostly found in the olden scriptures, and in the current days it is very rarely used. Mostly it is used to translate the foreign sounds which are not found in Tamil, particularly the sound of the English letter F, the F sound, like in fan. So in order to write fan in Tamil, there is no F sound in Tamil, so we use this Ezhuthu ak to represent F. So with this we come to the end of the Ezhuthukkal. I have listed some useful resources here, and the first link, this website has materials for the beginners, the letters, some simple words, stories, conversations and so on. The second link is a dictionary, and it has the English pronunciation of the Tamil words as well as the meanings of the words in English. This third link here is a Nigandu or the thesaurus. And with this we have come to the end of the basic course in Tamil. I hope you have learned the Ezhuthukkal and you will be able to read simple words. Now many beginners often get confused in the sounds of the Vallina Ezhuthukkal, the ka, sa, da, ta, pa, ra, because they have more than one sound, which could leave us wondering whether it is a ka or a ga, or is it a pa or a ba, sa or cha. Now there are rules to get that right, and the internet has videos to explain those rules. However, in my experience, I observed that learning that information is easier and faster as we increase our vocabulary. That way the pattern is registered easily. For example, for words like ta, gum, ba, gum, ra, gum, na, gum, the ka in these words have the ga sound. And for words like pakkam, makkal, dukkam, they have the ka sound for the ka. So if you read the vocabulary or read more words, the sound of the Vallina Ezhuthukkal, the correct usage of the Vallina Ezhuthukkal sound will become easily understood. So with this basic understanding of the Ezhuthukkal, I would recommend you to read more words. And if you have any questions, you can reach me via email, and I hope you will have a good learning experience. We'll finish off this session here, and thank you. Nandri Vanakkam.